This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life.
Welcome to Dead Radio.
We're not doing that.
How did she come to have sex with a dead man?
Don't call me Radio Unit 91.
You're a dead man. You're a dead man!
He's God here in this radio station.
Place where the dead speak.
Rebel Radio!
I'm a fake? Yes. How'd you like to be dead?
You ever think about doing radio?
My team is dead!
But you're not crazy. You're me. And this is just radio.
By the powers vested in me by the Federal Communications Commission, I command you to get on the microphone in a serious manner and continue this broadcast.
What? I just thought a little Chopin would be nice for the show. What do you think?
Isn't that the Darth Vader theme?
No, it's the funeral march.
All right. Yeah, you're probably right. You see, I was trying to get together Who Gets the Family Bible by Willie Nelson.
That would have been much better.
I just couldn't get it. I just couldn't get it together in time.
But we could probably...
What the fuck, Facebook? God the fuck damn it. I don't get notifications from this fucking show that I fucking host.
Well, you used to host.
Do you remember the word that I told you?
Pendult? I think I spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
I did?
I believe it's penultimate with no D.
Pendult?
Not like a pendulum.
Well.
Yeah, so penultimate. Oh my god.
Well,
I guess I'll share this fucking horribly.
You might be able to edit
post.
it for me if you could do that.
Probably.
So I don't know. Well, I don't think it would be. It wouldn't be right. Now I got to look it up. It wouldn't be a proper
I
like
think it's
dead radio
penultimate.
thing. Hold on. Let me look it up. I should have.
Probably.
Pendultimate. Oh, it is no D.
Yeah, it's penultimate.
So stupid.
Which means second to last. For those who haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah. Welcome everybody. Now, there's one person, and that might be you.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, we're 40 fucking minutes late. 50 minutes late.
Yeah,
and we're supposed to start early.
Hey, we started the show. The show was started on rocky terrain, and it continues to perform on rocky terrain. Like, just as we were about to click go, or click play, or record on everything, my Mac decided to upload the fucking... I don't know what happened, because it said OBS was having problems.
What happened was OBS crashed, and you restarted the computer to fix that.
Yes.
And your computer has been waiting to be restarted to install the new OS. So then that turned into 40 minutes, which everyone who owns a Mac knows. But you only have to do it 4 times a year.
And here's the other thing. It happened. It took 40 minutes to do. It came up, and not only did it come up immediately, but also the windows I had open. I didn't have to open anything.
Yeah.
It just popped up.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Yeah,
We're recording. There's audio.
It did take 40 minutes, but it told you it was going to take 40 minutes, and now it's working.
Oh, my God.
So I really got to restart this fucking thing, too. I think I'm 2 updates behind on this computer.
Well, it's a... Yeah, well. Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 239.
Well, 240 at least is an even number.
Yeah, 240 is an even number. If you haven't figured it out yet, well, not we. It's a me thing. I'll put it all on me. I've decided that...
Well, you don't have to put it all on you. You just made the ultimate decision.
Which
we can talk about.
Well, yeah, and I don't think it wouldn't be the show. It wouldn't be the same show if we didn't fucking talk about the shit that goes on.
Yeah, I mean,
behind the scenes anyway. So
for those that don't know, because I filled in a few of our like regulars, like Ryan and I had a talk, and we went through this almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was about 2 years ago, I would say.
Where
like
it was
right
just-
before we had Shadow Witch on.
Yeah, we just weren't really feeling it. It wasn't working. And we decided to take a month off. We both missed it. We came back. And we had a solid 18 months of just like ridiculousness.
And a lot of fun and a
Yeah.
lot of great guests. And this past Christmas season, this past winter, just
It started like last fucking May.
has it been that like
yeah,
dry?
I mean, a lot of it was because I was planning my wedding. And then we tried to still do Creator Fest, which we probably should have scrapped.
Yeah.
That would have made a big difference.
It might have helped a little bit.
But
too.
I mean, in any case, it was still several $1,000s worth of success.
Yeah,
for
we
a
still
charity.
made some money.
So, that being said, I think that was kind of where it started, where I just didn't have the time to commit to the back end of things. You know what I mean? Which was my major contribution to the show, which is bringing guests in and doing media stuff and social media stuff and videos and crap like that. And it wasn't that I lost interest. I just ran out of time. And then eventually that turned into kind of the norm. And it was weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks without guests. And I think we just ran out of steam. And to be honest, I don't even know who to ask anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of it is that I met a lot of people at Crafted Cup that I don't meet anymore.
And the other thing, which was we were talking about before the show, I don't really have time to talk to anybody at the Crafted Cup anymore.
Yeah.
I'm too busy running around like a fucking maniac.
So, I think this is probably going to be the end of this show as it is, but, maybe someday something different.
I think the other thing was, like, I always wanted to do, and I'm just, me, I don't know how you envision the show or whatever the hell, but I've always envisioned the show just a conversation. Mm-hmm. And now that might not sound like much to anybody, but I was talking to Abby at work the other day, and she was talking about some radio bit she was listening to that she had fun. I'm like, oh, what show were you listening to? She was like, oh, it was a morning show. I'm like, what morning show? And she was just like, Elvis Duran. And I went, ugh. Like that.
Yeah.
That was the shit that I wanted to get to go completely against the grain on.
Yeah.
Just like O&A, just like Stern and all that shit. But like something, and that ended up not working out in the beginning because we're fucking nobodies from Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
But we are from Poughkeepsie, which is small enough to be a nobody in and to find some mild success. Yeah. Now, I think not having a strict format, because I think podcasts now, Joe Rogan has got it, that sit and talk format. I think he's like the one guy who's still able, he's the most successful one. I think they said he made, how much did he make? $3 million on podcast ads alone last year?
Me. Yeah.
But it might be even more than that. I'm not even sure.
More people listen to the Joe Rogan podcast than a primetime NBC show. Watchers.
He gets 2 million viewers.
And that's by 1.5 million. Yeah. Like when an NBC show goes live and they go, oh yeah, 500,000 people watch. They're happy with that.
Yeah.
He has 2 million people per episode. Those numbers are skewed, but whatever. Which, I mean, I don't want to get all jaded, but if you subscribe to a show and it downloads to your phone and you never fucking listen to it, that's still considered a download.
Hell yeah. But
why do you think I follow every podcast that I've ever heard of in the Hudson Valley, even if I've never fucking listened to it?
Yep.
A friend of mine from high school has a fucking podcast. I subscribe to it, but it's like a fitness podcast. I'm never going to listen to it.
Give it a plug. What was it?
I'd have to look. I can't remember that. I think it's called the Mostly Fit Podcast.
Oh, all right.
And to be honest, like I subscribe to it because she's a friend of mine from way back when. Like we used to hang out when we were 10.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So it's called the Mostly Fit Podcast with Lindsay Sullivan and Dizzy Parr.
Oh shit! I remember Lindsay Sullivan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've seen some stuff of hers on the Dead Radio I think you followed her Dead Radio Podcast followers.
Yeah.
On Instagram, and I've seen some of her fitness like videos and everything.
Yeah, so it's it's not. I mean, I still follow your D&D podcast, even though I just don't have the time to listen to it.
Not a lot of people have the time. People who drive for a living don't have the time to listen to that. It's a long.
It's quite a bit.
It's a stretch.
Like who else?
But like.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few that I follow, but maybe I don't have an interest in it, or I don't have the time. But like giving somebody a follow, it downloads to your phone, it helps them out. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. Like we have these people on, and I'm not blaming anybody other than I'm not blaming anybody for not helping the show, but.
Some people didn't help.
Like we had, how many guests have we had on the show? Hundreds.
Hundreds now, yeah. So we're at episode 240.
We should have hundreds of downloads by now.
Yeah,
see what I mean?
Yeah, solidly 2/3 of that had a guest on.
Yeah.
I mean, I could.
I know that
off the top of my head, I could probably name 30 that definitely still follow.
We have a solid probably 50 people that listen. I would say, 30 is a good number. 30. We have a solid 30 people that listen. A couple of them are super fans. It's funny. I was talking to Adam.
But it's definitely more than that for subscribers. That's people that we engage with because I mean, it's definitely fallen off in the past 6 months. But at our kind of peak, we were hitting. Oh,
are you looking at the analytics?
No, it's Adam. I texted him. Yeah, so I've looked at the analytics quite a bit, and especially like when we had the Church of Satan on, we had a big bump, and then it fell way off, and then we'll have a big bump here, big bump there, but the average was like 2,000 downloads a month.
Yeah.
So that's not insane, but that's not nothing. That's definitely more than 40 people. But like I said, I don't know if they're actually listening.
Yeah.
I don't know if they just subscribe.
You got guys like you got Adam number 2 and Mike Bleakley, Anthony Lavelle. And God, if I'm forgetting you, I'm sorry. Nick and Nicole Magro, they're always on, checking it out, and people like that who are super fans and everything, and that's great. We love you guys, and like a lot of the time it was for like it's been for you guys, but in the end, it's just like it's just not seeing that jump, not seeing that like. Support around. It's like it was a little bit brutal, and then it weighs on me, and it weighed on me, and
like I said, like I said to you many times, even if nobody's fucking listening, I have fun doing this show. If it's not fun anymore, we're not gonna fucking do it.
Yeah,
and the thing is, we talked for 45 minutes about shit that no one would care about.
None.
Before this show started, and that was fun.
Yeah.
So maybe let's just do that once a week. I don't know, and if it starts getting to the point where you think, hey, maybe people want to listen to this again, maybe we'll start recording it again.
Yeah.
But we have to give it a chance to breathe and maybe turn into something else or fucking die. If it has to die, it has to die. We both got tattoos from this fucking show.
Yeah.
It's not gonna disappear forever.
No, it's shit. And that's the thing. Like I don't like. I've been talking about this with like my
Wait, what should we say to Adam?
What did he say?
He goes, I can definitely make the final episode. What happened? And I'll be like, I can't get into it, but Bosch said it was you, and he has some things to talk about. Yeah, and then he'll listen to this like in 2 days.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I can't get into it right now, but Bosch wants to talk to you about a few things.
I'm also becoming a Scientologist, so I have to cut all my ties with the people who are polluted by thetans and all that shit. So
I'll just say I can't get into it right now, but Bosch wants to talk to you about a few things. That's like vague enough where he'd be like, "Did I fucking do something?" So yeah, next week I'm thinking we'll just have whoever. I mean, Corey and Nicole had expressed coming on.
I would love to have them on because I really want to talk about astrology. Like, hard want to talk about astrology. Yeah. I'm dying to. Just because I want, like, because Nicole... Just so
I can go, and what is that based on?
Yeah.
And that will be the only question that I ask.
Well, because Nicole, I think Nicole's a bit of a she's a badass, so she's gonna fucking fight. So she probably is gonna come with some decent.
It'll be like, what about the 13th astrological sign that they just threw out the window?
Oh yeah.
Just for the sake of
we
got 12 months now.
Ophiuchus.
Yeah.
Ophiuchus. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, there was like a whole article in, I think it was like the New York Times or something. Like, it was like a legitimate newspaper. It was like, this is your actual astrological sign because this is all bullshit.
Yeah.
So I think I'm actually a Sagittarius. If you divided the year by 13, I would be a Sagittarius, not a Capricorn.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about that.
I'm a Capricorn.
Adam just goes, okay.
But yeah, it just I want to I definitely want to have Adam number 2 in here. I Mike Bleakley.
How many can we do max?
We could do max. I have another microphone now. Thank you, Nick Magro. So we can do 4 guests max right now.
All right. So if we can get Adam, Mike, Nicole, and Corey.
Yeah.
And if Nicole can't make it, we can add one more.
Yeah, because there's
like
a possibility
probably
that she can.
Logan.
Yeah, but like I know like there's people are gonna probably want to jump on here and do the show and like come on like one last time and this and that. Maybe I'm hoping that would be a nice thing, but like I don't want to fucking drag it out either.
No,
you know?
No. But if it winds up being a 2-hour show, that's fine for the last one.
Yeah,
but
whatever. No, not drag it out the one show. Drag it out for like the next bunch of weeks because everybody wants to make sure they get their time in or whatever the hell. But like. I just, if it stops being fun, then there's no point in doing it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if fucking in 6 months from now, I'm like, hey, do you want to go do a podcast at this thing? I don't think you'd be like, fuck that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think that like we might be able to do something in the future. It's just not going to be this format because it's not working anymore.
Yeah.
So, but we chatted quite a bit off the air about the potential for the future and, but the whole who gets the family Bible thing, that's for like we were talking about. So who gets the equipment versus like the very little money that we make off of this? We don't really spend any money on this because it's in Ryan's house. But we do have Patreon subscribers, which we really appreciate. And, it's not a crazy amount of money, but it's $60 a month or something like that.
Yeah, it was something like, it was able to sustain the show so we could get a better...
We basically weren't paying money to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we're on a proper server that took that, like, we didn't have... We're on a proper server that worked properly. The other free one works fine, but there's a catch. There's always a catch, and that's why we got off of that in the first place. And like I just it's been what? How many years have we been doing it?
5.
5 years now?
Over 5.
Yeah.
Amy and I have been together. It's going to be 5 years in April. She's probably going to yell at me because it's probably 6, and I'm wrong.
I don't think so because I don't think you were.
I think it's 5 years. In
I don't
April.
think you were with her when we started the show.
No,
you weren't with her when you started the show.
Yeah,
I knew her. Just starting.
Yeah, I mean, I would say we started dating right when the show really vamped up, and we were because I remember I gave her a flash drive with like the first 10 episodes that we did over like.
It was like 8 episodes, and then I consolidated them all,
Yeah. But yeah, so like this show started like around when we got together. It's been about 5 years.
Yeah. So gave it a good run, and I said and I remember saying to myself, I'm like, we'll give it a few years and see what happens. And then like we stalled, and then it got rejuvenated, and then we had Creator Fest, and that like everything was able to sustain everything, and then like this last drop off really fucking hit me, and I'm like, this is just, I can't. I'm good. I think I've said what I've tried. I've accomplished what I've tried to accomplish. It didn't stick. What are you gonna do? Yeah. I'm not one for sentiment either. Like,
well, it's kind of like a band thing. You know what I mean? Like if you're at 5 years and you haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah,
not that we haven't
look around.
Not that we haven't gone anywhere, but you didn't accomplish what you wanted to accomplish. It's time to pivot.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
Yeah, and I think what was brought up, because I've talked to Brooke, I've talked to a bunch of people, just close family and everything like that, and what keeps getting brought up by multiple people is that the format. And they're like, what's the format? I'm like, motherfucker, we're interviewing businesses and bands in the Hudson Valley. We're trying to keep it very Hudson Valley centric.
Yeah.
But I guess with podcasts nowadays, that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't happen unless you're famous and people want to listen to you.
Yeah.
But, like, the top podcasts are like TED Talks and Serial and My Favorite Murder. And they all
fucking
have
murder podcasts. I'm so
the
tired of it.
murder podcasts are like the biggest fucking thing right now.
I listened to Dirty John, which was one of the best podcasts I ever listened to. But like Small Town Murder, it's a very good show.
Yeah.
I can't. I listened to one episode, and then I'm like, oh, now I got to start over getting into another thing.
Yeah.
You know, the reason that I like Dirty John was because it was, I think, 10 episodes and it had a story. And it was a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what people are looking for with that kind of thing. Amy listens to Small Town Murder. And like I said, it's a great show. It's just not what I'm into.
Yeah.
And it kind of, like, I listened to 3 episodes, or I think maybe it was like 2.5. And then it was like halfway through the third one, I was like, I'm not invested in this specific one.
Yeah.
And you don't know that until you're halfway through. And then you get into the next episode, and you're just like, I just don't know if I want to commit the time to something that I'm not going to be crazy about.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I actually have been really getting into like the storytelling type of podcast.
Hudson Valley Legends.
No, not even that. I'm talking about like fiction.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's almost like fucking radio in the 1930s.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, there's a Wolverine. There's a Wolverine podcast that you should fucking binge tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, they pulled the first season. You have to pay for it now, but the second season's still available.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about Wolverine, and he's just fucking murdering everybody. It's great.
So it's like a book on. It's like books on tape.
Yeah,
like
but it's not like a book on tape. It's almost like you're a observer in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And they do, it's like The Shadow way back in the day. They have, sound effects and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, the books on tape, there's some books on tape like the Star Wars, the Admiral Thrawn series. I can't remember, the names of the 3 books, but like those books on tape were the fucking shit.
Yeah.
On wheels, because they had sound effects and like beep bop boop boop and shit like that, lightsaber sounds and shit like that. It was fucking great. But like, and so I already can picture what you're saying here. You got the shing.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Yeah, it just everybody's just like, well, you need a format, you need a format. And I'm
but
like,
the thing is, everybody who you're talking to that says you need a format
doesn't listen to the fucking show.
Don't listen to the fucking show.
Yeah,
that's part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Is just getting 95% of people don't listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
95% of the people you meet don't listen to podcasts. They just don't. And which is insane because still 2 million people listen to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the format thing gives you an edge. It certainly gives you an edge. But for what we wanted to do, we had to temper our expectations. And I think we were way more successful than we ever thought we would be for a long time.
Yeah. For sure.
So, I just, maybe we need to pick a lane. Maybe. I think the music might be a good lane, but regardless, we're going to kill it for now. And then, maybe I'll just be like, hey, you want to go interview Shadow Witch in 2 years?
Yeah.
That might be fun.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And that stuff I liked. I liked being out and about, like the Dark Side Bazaar and all that stuff. I'm kind of bummed that we never got to do their show. That they never do anyway. But
yeah, that's the thing. They rarely have guests on their show, and they did like 6 a year.
I love doing that stuff, like the man on the street kind of thing, where you can or not man on the street, but like you get people like walking up. So what are you guys doing as we're in the middle of chatting with microphones and with headphones on and microphones in front of our mouth? We're like, oh, we're
just like what?
We're live recording a podcast right now, and the microphone goes to them. They're like, oh, I don't want to be on the internet. I'm like, well, you are now. You're here. You might as well just come on.
In New York, I don't need your consent. I just need to warn you.
Yeah, and and then they're like, I don't want to talk. And then they end up talking a little bit, and then you get and fuck with them, and like that situational shit, I'm actually a little bit better at than I am, like, you know, canning up jokes and everything like that. Plus, I mean, on top of all that, it's fucking work, man. It's fucking work.
Yeah,
I'm come down here and I'm scanning the internet. I didn't even have time to do that because I got out of work.
Well, we're probably not going to talk about anything but ourselves tonight anyway. So
yeah, I got a couple things. I mean, we have to talk about the Jay and Silent Bob thing.
Yeah.
And we have to talk about my new nephew number 2, who was born today, Ashton Jace.
Ashton. They went with Ashton.
Ashton Jace. And it was funny because I was like poking at Karina. I'm like, so you guys got a name picked out? You got a name picked out? She's just like, yeah. I'm like, what is it? She's like, I don't want to hear your bullshit. And I'm like, come on, I won't give you shit. I'm like, just go ahead. It's your fucking kid. I don't care. She's like, you do care, and I know you're going to care, and you're going to have an opinion. I'm like, I'll keep it to myself. I just want to hear the name. And she was just like, Ashton. And I went, okay. And just sat in silence. And she's like, you're a fucking asshole.
You see, the funny thing is, if she was just like, we're going to name him Ashley, I'd be like Ash from Evil Dead? Fuck yeah, that's great.
Yeah, she said Ashley. And I've been like, yeah, that's cool. But Ashton, I'm not a fan of. But, I mean, you know what? His middle name is Jace.
It's their
that's
fucking
kind of
kid.
That's a fucking cool name.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't know.
Jace? Jace? Ashton Jace? AJ? It's not too bad.
Are they going to call him AJ?
I have no idea. I'm going to call him AJ.
All right.
But
the funny thing is, like
I
told you a million times that like we're gonna name my firstborn son Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne Patane.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, very generationally, I talked to Amy's grandfather. I was like, we're gonna name him Bruce. He's like, that's a great fucking name.
Solid masculine name.
Yeah, but then like anyone born after 1950 is just like, don't name your kid Bruce. But the thing is, in 10 years, there's going to be nobody named Bruce.
Nah.
There's not been a child named Bruce. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple. But nobody's named their kid Bruce since the 80s.
There's 1,000 kids named fucking Sophie or Sophia. I can vouch for that shit.
Yeah.
And then Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
I see him every goddamn day.
Hannah with an H or out without an H.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, that's the oh Christ. I'm getting text messages about different things. But yeah, so that's the big news for today. Everybody's healthy. And they didn't fuck around this time. No 72 hours of labor. They just went in and got him out before any of that shit hit.
Did she have, I mean, not to get like, so she was in labor for 72 hours before?
For Avery for the first time.
Yeah. Did they wind up saying, fuck this and give her a C-section?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why they just went for it this time.
Yeah. So, you know, everybody's healthy, happy, in good shape.
I don't know about happy.
Well, we'll see about that. Yeah. Like, and there was this little bit of me where it was like, oh, Christ, am I going to have to watch 2 kids now on Mondays? That's not the case. They're putting them in, they got Avery going to daycare. He's doing well, finally doing well with daycare. And the other one's got to go into daycare too. And holy shit, does that cost money?
Dude.
It's almost... They're like,
so if
they're
you make,
on that
if
edge,
you make
they're on that edge of it might be better if one of them stays home.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying before. If you are a couple and one of you makes minimum wage and works 60 hours a week, it's cheaper to stay home.
Yep.
It's, I mean, especially if you can sign on to the other one's benefits or whatever. It's fucking crazy. It's $20,000 a year per kid.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
It's insanity.
Yeah, I mean, because gone are the days when you can just have, you know, your neighbor who takes care of 6 kids during the day.
Yeah.
You know, my mom ran a daycare. You didn't need to have a license. You didn't
Brooke's
need to have
mom
anything.
too.
She had an employee. She hired somebody to help her out.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't remember her name because I was 5, but I remember there was like a blonde lady.
Yeah.
That would be in our house helping out.
Brooke's mom, same thing.
Yeah.
Brooke grew up with a bunch of kids. Like,
that's how I know Rob.
Being taken care of. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he's not your actual cousin?
No.
I thought he was your
Rob's never. No.
I thought he was your I
No.
swear to God, I thought he was your cousin.
No.
It's just
we've just known each other since we were fucking babies.
Holy shit! I
Because
swear to God, I thought he was
his
your
mom,
cousin.
Diane, paid my mom to watch him during the day.
Oh my God! I swear to God, I thought he was your cousin this entire time. This is a new thing for me, or maybe I knew but I forgot.
No.
Wow.
Definitely not my cousin.
Wow.
No, I've just known him since we were like little kids.
That's blowing my fucking mind. Oh. Anyway. So yeah.
Rob's been on the show before.
Yeah. I have an idea for a podcast that I would maybe consider doing, but the problem is you'd have to play music on it. I'm not going to give away what the fuck it is. You'd have to play music on it, which means you'd have to buy licensing.
You'd be fine for now if you didn't upload to YouTube, because iTunes isn't doing anything about that. They're not sweeping anything.
Well, there is that. No one's doing shit on the download side for that. Oh, what's this?
Adam sent this GIF of Michael Scott crying. So Adam has. I mean, I assume he's not listening live, but yeah, because they have Wing Night Monday night.
Oh,
yeah, that's why he hasn't been on in a while.
Where's that?
I have no idea.
Noah's?
Probably not. That was on Wednesdays.
I don't remember. Yeah, it was Wednesdays.
It was Wednesdays
yeah.
because trivia at the Hyde Park Brewery was Thursdays.
Yeah, and we used to bounce around between the two. Yeah.
Yeah, 12 years ago. Whatever the fuck that was.
So, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I guess we'll. I don't know. Maybe the work that needs to be put in too, behind the scenes before we got. I think we got sidetracked on this. It was a fucking lot, man. Between editing the show, uploading, making sure all the right tags are in place, and the YouTube has changed, so I had to like revamp all that shit, and making sure that we had an account for the Patreon, and then I was gonna what was the other thing? Fucking getting guests on the fucking show, researching the guests on the show, researching all the shit that need, like, even when they're not on the show, I'm still on the fucking internet coming up trying to find stories and crap to talk about.
It's
local stuff.
It's like 10 hours a week each.
Yeah. But I mean,
plus we already have full-time jobs
and wives that we need to fucking
now, yeah.
we need to fucking spend time with, and
Amy was looking all sad today that I was leaving, and I was like, we spent 13 solid hours together yesterday. We sat on the couch and we watched all of Glow, the whole fucking series.
That last season,
and then we started
really
another
bummed
one.
Me out.
I didn't even watch the first one. I came in during the episode that was all like the VHS quality. Like, it was the actual wrestling show, and I was like, what the fuck is this? This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. She's like, it's not usually like this. So I fell asleep and then woke up and got really vested in the whole thing.
It's a great show.
It's a great show. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to watch the first season. But
we got into a couple shows recently. We got into McMillions on HBO. It's about the McDonald's monopoly scandal.
Oh, yeah.
How some guy figured out how to rip it off and steal like millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
That's an
like
amazing...
Monopoly the game.
Monopoly, the McDonald's Monopoly game where you peel the sticker and stick on the thing. Everybody
for
played
children
it. I loved
born
it.
in the 80s and grew up in the 90s, you were hoping for like fries. And then you had like, unfortunately... lower class folks that were buying extra fries and giving their children their families just all they ate was McDonald's for a whole year because they were thinking they were going to win $1 million.
Yep. They're trying to collect.
Yeah, it was a brilliant scheme because you're feeding into poor people's addiction to gambling. Plus fast food.
They said every single time they ramped up Monopoly, McDonald's profits went up 40%.
Yeah, it's
just
crazy.
Because of the game.
Yeah,
and the show is great. I'm only 2 episodes in. I think the third one just dropped last night, so I'm gonna watch that probably tomorrow. But in the beginning, there's this guy. His name is Doug Matthews. He was the young mid-20s. FBI agent who was stuck in this dead end kind of area, and then took on this McDonald's fraud thing. It's like if you put me in the FBI. This guy's
Yeah.
insane.
You'd be like, I'll go undercover. I'll wear a wire.
This fucker is like that. He was just like he kept saying, we got to do this. We got to go undercover. And everybody, the head of this department is just like, what? For how? Why? For fucking what? And like everybody's looking at him like he's crazy. And like I'll give you the little snippet of the show. Like I talked about it in the car on the way down to the Jay and Silent Bob thing. But for everybody else, like they bring. To give you a little insight of how this guy is, they bring McDonald's in, and they don't tell him why they're bringing him in, the FBI, that is. It brings the McDonald's in to explain to them what's happening and how they figured it out.
I just pictured Ronald McDonald, like,
Yeah,
in a room,
just
fucking
sitting there.
handcuffed to a bench.
So all these executives are there, and this guy Doug, he was just like, I don't want to be a part of this. This is all logistical crap. This is all politics. I'm not interested. I want like boots on the ground kind of shit. And they were like, this is your fucking case. You have to show up. And he's like, God, fine. He shows up in a gold suit, a French fry gold suit. Like they put like the panels on the screen, like it was just like he's like, I think I showed up in like a gold suit, and then it goes to his the head of the department. He's just like, this guy showed up in a gold suit, and then it cuts to like the fucking head of the entire freaking region and goes, he showed up in a gold suit. He looked like he was a French fry walking into the fucking door. And then it cuts back to Doug, and he's just giggling like a little kid. I'm like, this guy rules. I wish all FBI agents, they'd be a lot more fun to deal with if they were like this guy. But great show. We got into also watched an old documentary on Monty Python, and now we started watching The Flying Circus again, like the show from fucking
England. I feel like the movies hold up, but the show does not.
The show, I laugh. There's episodes where I'm laughing my balls off from start to finish, and there's episodes where I'm like, what are they doing?
What is happening? I mean, like the funny walk one.
Yeah,
that's a really good one.
Funny walks. The
one where the guy runs himself over in the race.
The twit.
Yeah,
the twit race or something like that.
He's run himself over.
The dead parrot, the interview with the ladies on this. Like the quick cuts are my favorite too. The fucking lumberjack, like he's a barber. He's trying not to kill this guy, and then he's like, I don't want to be a barber. I've always wanted to be a lumberjack. And then it goes into a singing lumberjack number, and then halfway through the song, he starts talking about how he likes to dress up as a woman. It's just so insane sometimes. So. And that's why I love it so much. I'm like, God, I think I like this more now than I did then. So, but that's kind of... And we started...
I haven't watched it in a decade.
It's just complete insanity. Those fuckers were on LSD when they did that shit. They had to have been.
Sure.
There's no other excuse for that. And we started watching Rotten, which makes me want to kill every single corporation in America, like on a televised execution of
it makes you not want to buy anything anymore.
Nope. Garlic, local garlic only.
Never buying garlic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope. I mean, the peeled stuff I never bought anyway, but now
every time you've ever been to a restaurant, that's what you've gotten.
Every
restaurant you've ever fucking been to.
And then water. Water bottles. Never buying a water bottle
never
ever again.
Well, you still got 600 left. So.
Yeah, I gotta get through those before I can never buy them again. Fucking. What
Can
else
I have 300 of those?
Honey.
Well, because I'm doing Uber now, so like having bottled water in the car would be a real good perk.
Take a case.
So I'll take 300 of them. It's fine.
We'll split everything right down the middle.
Well, that's defrauding a charity. No, it's fine.
It's fine. No one's gonna miss that.
Yeah,
water.
the honey thing's really fucked up.
Honey,
because especially
cane.
because the way that it's watch Rotten, watch the first season, the second season. Do not watch unless you are wide the fuck awake and stone cold sober because it will put you to sleep.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know what happened.
There was some really slow ones. The sugar cane one was
the avocado.
nutty.
The avocado one was very compelling. It's just all marketing.
And it's always here's.
Oh, that's my phone.
Here's the farmers that are doing this stuff. They're breaking their asses. And here's the people selling the shit who are just selling the shit. And then there's the fucking middleman.
Yeah.
And it's always the fucking middleman who's just like, I'm going to figure out a way to drive the price up so I can make a profit.
But the avocado thing, like if you buy Mexican,
I don't even remember that one.
If you buy Mexican, it's in season 2. Have you watched season 2?
I don't think I watched it. I think Brooke watched it, but I didn't.
The avocado thing, like you're giving money to drug cartels.
Yeah, I don't.
They just march in and go, "This is our farm now." And that's that.
I definitely didn't see this one.
Yeah, you're giving money to Mexican drug cartels if you buy Mexican avocados, which is your only option now because California can't grow avocados because it doesn't rain there anymore.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, production can't keep up.
Yeah. So the biggest one for me was almonds, and I do have to say I made a lasting impression, even though it took 2 years and Tanner said it would never happen. Got rid of almond milk.
Yep. And we sell almost as much oat milk as we do regular milk.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
and
insane.
even then, I said to him, I was like, oat milk's high in carbs. I don't want it. I'm not going to drink it. I'm still going to drink soy milk.
Yeah.
But soy, I mean,
I'm stuck with black because I can't have the soy because it gives me bubble guts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the milk because it's that's a shitload of milk. And oat milk, I don't fucking like oat milk.
Yeah. So the thing with oat milk is it's produced in the United States because you can grow oats in the United States. Why would you get it from another country? They just don't. It's all produced in the United States. And the soy stuff that I still say I haven't worked there in almost 2 years, but the Barista Series soy from Pacific is non-GMO. It's all from the United States.
It's amazing soy. It just gives me bubble guts. I can't do it.
Yeah, I get it.
I just don't want to be like.
So and I'm very proud of Tanner for eventually making those decisions. But those things save him money in the long run, especially like getting rid of straws, shit like that. So
real quick here, Hudson Valley Hank's checking in on the chat on YouTube. He said, "Hudson Valley Hank, I was so excited to see you guys back on the horse, just to have my shins shattered." I'm going to miss Monday nights having a couple drinks listening. Thanks so much for allowing me to be a small part. Hank, we fucking love you.
Yeah.
We love what you're doing, and that's no bullshit, man. I still fucking laugh at your shit. I think it's great, and I think you should absolutely continue doing your stuff. And I'm like, I was so excited. When you told me that we were getting Hudson Valley Hank on this fucking show, I was ecstatic.
Everyone I told about it freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a really fun. That was a great episode. He's a creative, funny motherfucker, man. And
so make more shit, dude.
Yeah, I'm glad.
If you want to do a quarterly stupid fucking podcast, I will come up with a character and I will do a podcast with you, Hudson Valley Hank. I don't know who I'd be.
Yeah.
Who would I be?
Who would you be?
Yeah, I have to come up with a character that's kind of like me, but not really me.
I don't know. It's like
I think
you're
like
putting a lot on
me
the spot
10
here.
years ago is a caricature of who I am now.
Yeah.
It's all just like guns and bourbon.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. That might be all right.
Yeah.
You can't wear your sunglasses.
No, I mean, if I were to be a character of myself now, I'd be wearing like aviators.
Yeah.
With an unregistered AR-15.
Mm-hmm. It's just on you. It's my right. There's nothing in the law that says I can't carry this around.
All right. Well, let's try some of this stuff.
All right. Yeah.
I am gonna have to pee again.
Okay.
Because we had 40 minutes before the show to have several drinks.
You want to do that now, or do you?
So let's pee again. Or let's pee
break.
one more time. We'll take a really quick break. You should definitely play a Shadow Witch song.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find. Oh yeah, I got plenty of it.
I just need 3-4 minutes, and then we'll try some drinks.
Yeah.
We'll talk about what we're doing in the future.
Yeah, and some other stuff.
Yeah.
Some other stuff. We got a review the Jay and Silent Bob movie.
So I think we got another half hour in us.
Right on. So let's play. I'm gonna do Disciples of the Crow. That's
Sounds
a fun
good.
one. I love these guys. Yeah. So we'll be right back. Enjoy Shadow Witch, which is if you're a fan of the show, this is a big. This is kind of like that pivotal point where we kind of put the show into overdrive and really like locked in what we wanted to do with this show. So this is to those guys. I definitely gotta play some old Logs after this. So stick around.
If I fall, would you catch me at all? When I cry, would my tears be dried? If I lose your grace, would you still hold my face? No, you just replace it. I don't know if the feeling is mutual. Nothing I
This is Magus Peter H. Gilmore, High Priest of the Church of Satan. Listen to Dead Radio Podcast, or you won't make it into hell. Hail, Satan!
I was just, obviously the show's on a delay, and I just saw my reaction to drinking that, and then turning it and looking, seeing what the fuck is this shit, and I had like that who the fuck farted face.
Well, I'm gonna hit this first before we even do anything. It's What Are You Drinking? My mommy was in Texas like a month or two ago or whatever the hell, and she brought me back a whiskey that we've had on the show that when we first had it on the show, we said, wow, this is good. This is $26 a bottle. It's pretty decent for the price, and I guess it's going to be our unofficial show whiskey from now on because the neighborhood liquor store had it. And then it promptly disappeared from the shelves.
Yeah. Only
to reappear, where the fuck was I? Where I saw it, I can't remember, for $200. I think I saw it in, I want to say it was Toronto, $239 in a locked glass case. This exact bottle, I'm talking about Weller whiskey.
So why are they mentioning Pappy Van Winkle on the back?
Because this whiskey is made by Buffalo Trace.
Okay.
And I think
which
so
is
is
one
Pappy
that
Van
is
Winkle.
Also very underwhelming.
Yeah.
Also, so is fucking Pappy Van Winkle.
Mm-hmm.
When you go, okay, so I've never paid for a Pappy Van Winkle.
Classic. What are you drinking? Episode.
So I've never paid for a Pappy Van Winkle. I've never paid for it, nor would I.
Yeah.
When they're like, yes, we have Pappy Van Winkle, it's $80 for a double.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, you can go fuck yourself with that, whatever that is, because I know it's not going to be that good.
No.
There's no fucking way. It's just because it's rare.
So
it's like fucking diamonds. If you took all the diamonds in the world and distributed them evenly, you'd have an 8-ounce cup of diamonds. It's worth nothing.
This Weller Special Reserve, green label, 90 proof. It's aged, distilled, and bottled by Buffalo Trace in Kentucky. And this is $26 in Texas. But up here, it's $100 now. It's come down from $2, but it's still $100 for this bottle. And the only reason is because they don't make a lot of it.
Yeah.
And that's
you want
all.
to know it's just as good as this? Jim Beam White Label.
Yeah. It's
$20.
Fine.
It's fine. There's nothing. It's not bad. I was just expecting something goddamn incredible. It tastes like.
Honestly, it
tastes like a high wheat bourbon. It tastes like a fucking. It tastes like a
Buffalo
Jameson. It tastes like fucking Jameson.
It's a little got that little like smoky peaty kind of ness to it. It's like leaning on the edge of like just a regular old whiskey, but it's still considered a bourbon.
If you were just to put this in front of me and say take a sip, I would have. And I was expecting incredible because we've talked about this, but we had it on the show, right?
We had it a long time ago. Yeah, like I said, we had it a long time ago. We had one bottle. We blasted through it because it was $20. I think we bought it for $25. I saw it. The local guy was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good for the price point. It's pretty good." So, and now it's like it's worth a fucking ridiculous amount because they hold back on production. I think
that's it's stupid. It's fucking stupid.
It's
Buy
really stupid.
Jim Beam, or Evan Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Evan Williams is a fucking go-to for me now.
Oh,
because I can drink Evan Williams on the rocks. I can do a Manhattan. I can fucking mix it with Coke and not feel bad.
Yeah, it's a decent whiskey, and this is like, I'm sure if
this is better than that, but not $80 better than that. That's
hell
stupid.
no. If I spent $80 on this, I'm pissed.
Yeah,
pissed.
It's
hilarious.
I mean, it's
right?
hot garbage now.
Yeah,
I'm pissed.
Yeah,
I don't even remember us trying it before.
It was it was many years ago.
Yeah.
It just disappeared off the shelves.
Yeah.
And I was talking to the guy, and he was just like, I can't get it. It's just not. People are paying like ridiculous amounts for the cases and stuff like that. But because it's so rare, how silly is that? Meanwhile,
I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but
meanwhile,
it's
Catskill Distillery's making that fucking rye. Mwah! That
It's
fucking
delicious.
rye.
Yeah.
Brooke got a bottle because I was saying how good it was, and she's just not a rye person, you know. She does scotch. She likes bourbons. She just doesn't like rye. But
I
that,
get that.
fucking rye is the absolute best. Period. Hands down, the best rye I've ever had, and it's local. Catskill, it's like Catskill Distilling Company or something like that.
Well, like I was talking about before, man, I hate that I can't remember. I mean, maybe this is a problem, and maybe they need to change their branding. But that rye that I was talking about before, it's like Motor something.
Yeah, Motor City something or other.
But it's not Motor
was a good one,
Distilling.
too.
Motor City Distilling is out of Detroit.
Yeah. Here, let me pour you some of this too. This one I got for my birthday, which was the 2nd of February. Thank you, Puxatawny Phil, for bringing spring early for us.
Oh, actually, because of this fucking hiatus, I didn't get you a birthday present, did I?
No, I thought you got. Did you get me? No, I don't know.
No, because we didn't do a show. I would have gotten you a bottle of gin.
Oh, well.
All right, I owe you a bottle of gin.
Nah, you don't have to give me anything.
Well, I understand that, but yeah.
I want to. This is these guys have been on the show.
You're still the one I run to.
That's right. Still the One Distillery. Brooke got a hand. Still the One 2. This is their, it used to be Combe. If everybody remembers, many years ago, it used to be Combe Gin, and now they're still doing it, and it's distilled from honey and neutral cane spirits. They're out of Portchester, New York. They were on the show with their whiskeys, which were fucking amazing. We all know about we were ranting and raving about those for a long time, and this is their gin, and I really enjoy it. I am more of a. I don't hate sweet gins, but sweet gins I have to be like. I will only drink sweet gins on the rocks, or up, and that's it. If I'm in the mood for it.
This is very toothy and chewy,
and that's why I like this one.
Yeah,
so much because it's a sweet gin with teeth, and it's got that
What's
viscosity. I don't even know. 94.
That's why.
94 proof. So it's got that little fucking that bite that's like I have some Warwick Valley upstairs, and that's still like right on the money. I think I don't think it's a little less juniper-y than I remember it. Maybe
they might have dialed it back.
Maybe, but it's still delicious. Warwick Valley, of course. Yeah, this is still the one, man. This you could taste the honey notes in it, which is nice. But that bite, that's what I look for.
Yeah.
I want gin to hurt me a little bit. I want to feel like I'm doing something bad when I'm drinking gin. Like I'm doing something bad to my body.
Just drinking chemicals. Fucking paint thinner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there have been some paint thinners that I've smelled and gone like, that seems like something you could drink. Be nice.
I made a gin and tonic. I got Fever Tree, the Mediterranean. The Mediterranean one, and I mixed that with the Warwick Valley. Oh, so
yeah.
good.
So
taste the
my favorite is still the Fever Tree regular tonic, and I'm working on getting it at the bar. By the way,
Brooke got me Q tonic.
Yeah.
For my birthday. That is the best because there's half the amount of sugar.
Yeah.
Than everything else, and twice the amount of quinine. It is
so
a puckering one.
I generally, if I make a gin and tonic, I'll do. So you have those little 8-ounce Fever Tree bottles.
Yeah.
I'll do a pint, fill the top with ice, double gin, half of one of those, and then I top the rest with lemon lime seltzer.
Okay.
Just to cut the calories down a little bit, cut the sweetness down a little bit, and then fresh lime on top of that.
It's always the sweetness with tonic, man. I don't like Schweppes. I can't fucking drink that shit ever again.
We have it's not Schweppes. It's whatever Coca-Cola fucking makes. I don't know. At the bar, like through the gun.
Schweppes, Canada Dry, Polar.
It might be Canada Dry.
That sounds right.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
So
the tonic that we have at the bar is so fucking sweet. If I do a gin and tonic where I work, if I'm like drinking,
if you're making it for a customer,
no, if I'm making it for me, I seriously do a gin and soda with like a
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's so sweet. It's crazy.
It's fucking brutal.
So I've been
Canada
thinking,
Dry is Dr. Pepper and 7-Up.
So that could be either company. They distribute through both. I know we have Seagram's ginger ale. I'd honestly have to look. I don't know. It might be Schweppes. I have no idea.
Oh my god!
Because you want to know what the gun says?
Dr. Pepper 7-Up.
You want to know what the gun says?
What?
The gun has a Q on it for quinine.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
cool. I like that.
But the lemonade button is an M for Minute Maid. So there's no fucking consistency. I'm like, what's the fucking M stand for? Lemonade. Why?
Yeah. But yeah, Still the One Distillery.
I like this. It's good.
Yep, definitely.
I don't think I'd mix it with anything though.
No, it's not a mixing gin. It's a drink it straight up gin. You can put a cube on it. It's fine. It holds up to a cube because of the viscosity of it. But yeah, it's delicious. Yeah, and
so Weller's dog shit for the price.
For the price that you get.
If it was $20, it'd be fine.
Yeah, you got to go to Kentucky to get it. Where it's probably in Kentucky, it's probably $20 a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny.
But I mean, even then, there's cheaper than that. That's just as good. Maybe not Jim Beam. Jim Beam might be below this.
It's got this weird alcohol.
It tastes like fucking Jameson.
But,
it's got a very, very Irish whiskey flavor with no peat.
I remember when I was away on a job, I bought a bottle of Buffalo Trace that I finished in 2 days. That's a lot for me. 2 days. I went into work hungover both days. I was like really like hating my job at that time.
It was only coming like 500s.
No. Buffalo Trace is just a regular, like a 750.
That's not the one with the fucking
I'm a
thing on the
little
top?
fella. I don't do booze very often.
You were way fatter then.
But
you were just shoveling bread down your gullet.
I can't remember where it was. I think it was in New York City or whatever the hell. But I got a bottle of Buffalo Trace. I finished it.
Just eating fucking black and white cookies every day.
Yeah. And I remember going, you know what? I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to get some Buffalo Trace. That's a nice one. And then I had it, and I was like, God damn, this hits like a freight train.
I'm thinking of a different. I'm thinking of Blanton's.
Blanton's.
With the little buffalo on top.
No buffalo. It's a horse.
It's a horse?
A jockey on a horse.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of, I'm just confused.
The Buffalo Trace is a buffalo on the. It's actually similar to. It's a shorter bottle than this, and it has a similar color, green.
So I have no opinion on that.
The
one,
Buffalo
then.
Trace. It hits like a fucking mule, man. It's brutal. It's really powerful for the price point.
There are so many times that I've just mixed a fucking $40 bottle with iced tea because it just wasn't very good.
Fucking Jesus. Oh God. I feel like Hank right now. But yeah, so there's that. Was it last week? Last week Tuesday? Wednesday? One of those 2 days. The 11th.
It was Tuesday.
We took a field trip to
It might have been Wednesday.
Took a field trip to Tarrytown, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely little town. Nothing is open past 7:30 apparently. we got tickets to see the Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, which is the road show that Kevin Smith, the director, he basically made this movie on his own. With
it was it was crowdfunded.
It was crowdfunded, and pretty much it seemed like the actors probably donated their time and everything.
No one was paid.
Yeah,
no one was paid.
And to kind of do a spoof on Reboot movies, that
the entire movie was inside jokes.
Oh, it was kind of like so. I enjoyed myself. I really I'm prefacing this because I'm going to talk a little bit of shit, but I enjoyed myself. Mike Bleakley had the idea of going to see it and everything like that. Kevin Smith was there. He was doing a Q&A. It was 54. It was the 54th showing of a 65 show run. He basically took the movie across the country to all these cool theaters. What a nice theater too. It was old as shit. Probably needed some updates, but it wasn't a chance. It was a nice place. It was nice. You got to fucking drink. You got to get a cocktail and sit in your seat and chill. And the movie, I laughed my ass off.
It was hilarious, but it was just, it would have been hard for somebody. I don't know how. I would need to talk to Amy further about how she felt about it because she hasn't seen all the movies.
Yeah, exactly.
We binged a few of them, but she hasn't seen all of them. I tried to hit the ones that needed to happen, specifically Clerks, Mallrats, which I believe she'd seen, Dogma, Chasing Amy. The one that we really missed was Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, but I didn't really like that movie.
I liked Jay.
I thought it was funny, but I was also, the way that I felt about that movie is the way that I feel about this movie. It's just like, what are they going for here?
Well,
it felt like they were pandering just to their fans, which is fine to do. That's okay, but there are references in some of those movies that I don't even get.
Yeah. I think a couple of people. There was a handful of people in the crowd going, clapping for people they didn't fucking know. Chris Jericho is in the goddamn movie, and people clapped for Chris Jericho. Why are you clapping for Chris Jericho? He just happened to show up in this. He's Canadian, so he showed up. I don't know why.
Who's Chris Jericho?
He's a fucking wrestler. He was also He was also in the band Fozzy.
Okay.
He's a successful wrestler, hilarious guy.
I don't know, professional wrestler, like WWE.
Yeah, WWE.
Okay.
Not amateur wrestler, real wrestling. So, I don't want to I don't want to shit on the experience because I enjoyed the experience, but like I said before, I'm not a sentimental person. Nostalgia to me is kind of like the jokes. There was so many callback jokes and so many, and I get what they're doing. They're making fun of the reboots.
Yeah.
And remakes and everything like that. And that line by Brody about the Star Wars thing, and they're like, oh, it's A New Hope. No, I'm describing The Force Awakens, you dumb motherfuckers. I loved that. Because that needed to be said out loud on the big screen. Because that's what it was.
Yeah.
The Force Awakens was a reboot of A New Hope. But there were so many callbacks that toward the end I was just like, Jesus Christ, how many of these movies you were going to reference?
Yeah.
The opening
but
scene.
I also feel like this is the last one.
Well, no, he was saying how they're going to do Clerks 3. They're going to do Mallrats 2.
They are? Okay.
Yeah. And they're going to do... I think he said there was one more that they were going to do too. I can't remember.
But Jay and Silent Bob centric, you know what I mean? Because Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back was just, that's all it was.
Yeah. Well, he owns that one.
Yeah.
He said that was the only one that they own. That's theirs. Everything else, some fucking production company.
Miramax
Miramax has got their fucking fingers in it.
Yeah.
And like I feel bad talking shit because Mike Bleakley was his like idea to come down and watch it and say everything. I laughed my ass off from front to back. I was still laughing at the jokes. The callbacks got tired toward the end, but the solid jokes that were there were fucking funny.
Yeah,
there was some really funny goddamn moments, and then there were some moments where you're like, Jesus Christ, how much more can you shoehorn this shit?
Honestly, man, I kind of wish that it started at 5. We just watched the movie. And then we just listened to Kevin Smith for 3 hours.
That was the thing. He was getting like long-winded, and I'm like,
yeah.
All right, I'm good.
And the thing is, I didn't want to leave, but it was time to leave.
Yeah.
It was late. You know, people had to, and I wasn't driving, so it was not my call.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would have stayed, but if I were driving, I would have had to leave well before then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
so
I think that moment, the like, you know, Jay and his acting chops, like it was funny because like the serious moments that Jason Mewes had to do in that movie, he did really well.
Yeah.
Like he really nailed those parts, and he really acted really like when the whole, you know, father-daughter thing and all that stuff. I'm like, I don't want to give too much away.
How old does Shannon Elizabeth look?
Everybody looks very old.
We were Googling it like
That
the next
little
day. I was like,
fucking-
she's not that much older than us.
That little Rosario Dawson line where she's like, "Oh, is this the guy that came too quick?" Like that was. Is this the come too quick guy? That was fucking like those little fucking tiny jokes in there were like, God damn, they were right on the fucking money, and it bothered me that there wasn't too many more like new jokes that they kept calling back, and I know that I know he wanted to like, it was almost like paying tribute, but you don't have, Kevin, you don't have to pay tribute, man. We love you. We love what you do. We love your jokes the way they are, not because they're calling back.
But I think a lot of this was to, not to use like a Republican term, but re-energize the base.
Yeah, it was.
So that in 2 years from now, he can go like, we're making Clerks 3.
Yeah.
We need $8 million.
No, everything's set.
Yeah.
He said Clerks 3 is set. It's ready to go.
Yeah.
Mallrats 2 is set, ready to go.
But they might still need a budget. Like that might mean that they have the licensing and the script. To make Mallrats today, to make that same movie, that movie probably cost $150,000 back then because you weren't paying actors shit. Locations, you weren't paying for shit. Nowadays, like, you need the Chinese government to give you money to make a movie in America. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
If you were to make Mallrats today, that would be a $5 million movie, maybe $10 million.
Yeah,
You have like one car chase. Your insurance company's like, the premium for that will be $1 million.
I like how they were making fun of the fact that his daughter is forcing his daughter to be like the main person in his movies and everything like that. But it's just like, you're making fun of it.
Yeah.
But no one's laughing.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I just I think it was great. It was just great for people that really love those movies.
My favorite.
It wasn't aimed at the mainstream at all.
I love those movies. Growing up, I love those movies. But thinking back on those movies, it made me think back on which movies of Kevin Smith's in this universe that this insane universe that he's created. The ones that I love the most. Clerks, right at the top.
Have you watched it recently?
No.
Watch it again.
Okay.
I appreciate it, but it's not even in my top 5 anymore.
Really?
It's not a good movie. But it's not a good movie because they had no budget, no experience. They didn't have the money to take 2 takes.
Well,
I
think about the dialogue.
Yes.
That fast-paced dialogue, and like he had that fucking gold, and he did it in Mallrats too.
Yep.
And it kind of went away, and what
I'm trying to say is, if you watch Clerks now, that fast dialogue, you can see how scripted it is, and you can see how many times they fucked up and didn't have enough money to pay for film to do another take.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's not that it doesn't hold up. I'm just saying, like, I watched it with Amy, and it's not like Amy is completely disconnected from what it takes to make a movie like that. Like, Amy's a photographer. Like, she's worked in a dark room. Like, she knows what it takes to get it right in the moment.
Yeah.
That movie, they didn't have the luxury of having dailies. They didn't have the luxury of also having a magnetic tape camera on set to shoot the exact same shots. Go, you fucked that up. We got to do it again.
Yeah.
It was weeks later before they even saw the cut, and they couldn't reshoot it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You had to catch it while it was happening, and you had to pick the best take.
I'm just gonna leave that there.
There are so many times when everyone stumbles over their words, when it sounds awkward, when it sounds weird. And Amy said it perfectly. She was like, it's kind of like watching a play.
That's kind of why I like it, though.
And that's fine. But I never saw that until kind of now, because I haven't watched it in 10 years.
I mean, I remember watching it when I was a kid and going like, oof, like...
Dude, we tried to make like an homage to that movie, and I have that tape. I'll fucking play it next week. Yeah, I don't know if I can digitize it, so we might have to like run it in the board through an AV cable.
Oh,
but
boy.
Yeah.
That's doable.
Yeah,
but like
the one like I have a video of you like getting called into work. I have a video of you trimming the fucking bushes outside of the South
That was
Hills
different.
Mall.
That was the that was the documentary.
I know, but we were trying to do like a Clerks kind of movie.
Yeah. You know what? I'll watch it again. I'll definitely watch it again. But as it stands now,
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying
no.
that,
I know
that,
what you're saying.
I'm saying that you have to look at it through the lens of what we were looking at it through.
Yeah.
Of hey, we could fucking do that. That was the biggest thing with Clerks was they said, hey, we have X amount of dollars, and it was probably like $20,000. That's the most fucked up part. Is it probably cost $20,000.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas we can make the same quality movie, which would be the shittiest movie ever,
for nothing,
for $300.
Yeah, it would cost nothing.
Yeah,
we could gorilla that completely, and
so,
no one would.
I mean, like we could do it with camera equipment that I have, which I mean, admittedly, would be about $5,000. But you know, that movie, you got to think they would shoot something, edit it, or they would develop it and then watch it and go, well, you really fucked that up there, but we can't go back and reshoot that, so we need to cut around it.
I feel like I need to watch these movies again just to like refresh my memory on everything. Because like as it stands, I'm gonna like Clerks is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Second, I would have to say probably Dogma.
Yeah, Dogma's great.
Third is gonna be a shocker. Clerks 2. I really loved that movie. I was like, holy shit, this is way better than I expected. I know that's like an oddball thing because it was a weird one, but I really enjoyed that one. That really fucking blew my mind.
It like just took the zaniness to a ridiculous level that I didn't like.
So I like that ridiculous.
Yeah.
I like that ridiculous. I like how it gets like where I like when I see a movie that's trying to do a real life thing and it starts to skew into like abnormal, like surrealism, and then kind of snaps back. I like that kind of insane shit. But
I think it was better done in like Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Yes, I think that was that was like actually one of his best.
Yeah,
movies.
for sure. Well, I think Chasing Amy was his best film.
I fucking hate that.
But
movie.
because you don't like the genre.
It's horrible.
I don't like the genre either. It's a romantic comedy.
It's the worst.
But it's
so
a 90s,
depressing.
but it's a 90s romantic comedy that's realistic, where everyone fucking hates each other at the end.
It's that was the one redeeming thing about it, is that nothing works out.
Yeah, of course it doesn't work out. Of course it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
That movie is Kevin Smith's answer to fucking Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah.
That all of those bullshit early 90s fucking romantic comedy movies, like the beginning of all those bullshit movies that Sandra Bullock wound up making in the 2000s, like all of those movies that were just like
When she fucking slaps him at the end and says, "I'm not your whore," and walks away. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it was
he was making a statement with this.
That was I mean, the epitome of how insecure men are, especially in the 90s.
Yeah.
Where you weren't allowed to have feelings, and yet you were supposed to be in charge of fucking everything. And it was just, I mean, it hit a lot of things, like sexuality and the weirdness between men and women and the weirdness with bisexuality.
Mm-hmm.
That movie is really good. Whether or not you like it, totally fine.
Yeah.
If you just like, yeah, I understand what he was going for, but I never fucking want to watch that movie, I totally understand.
That's exactly how I feel. I'm like, great, I watched this movie. It's cool. I see what he did. I wasn't a fan.
I remember watching that movie just like that fucking moment when she just like makes out with her girlfriend after singing that song, and Ben Affleck is like, motherfucker.
And he's just standing there and fucking what was the guy's name in it? It wasn't Brody. It was Banky.
Yeah.
And he's just clapping. He's looking at him and he's clapping. That's a great scene.
Yeah.
And they're doing the comparison of the scar, the sex scars, like in Jaws and everything like that.
As far as I can turn it.
I can't turn it this way. You want to know why? That fucking guy, he's great.
Yeah, and then they were talking about, and the girl that he was talking about was the chick from Mallrats that he was going down on.
Yes. Yeah. It was all linked together.
Yeah. And they mentioned the fucking funeral that Dante and Randall go to in Clerks with the chick that died in the pool. It's those little things that were so subtle and so great that they overdid in the new one.
Yes.
Which reminded me of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, because it was all references like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, I love that they got all these big celebrities to come in and just kind of pay homage to it. It's just, it didn't feel like they were just paying homage to it. It felt like he called in every favor he had.
Yeah.
So, if there's another fucking Mallrats, I will be online the fucking day.
Oh yeah,
comes
man!
out.
I'm gonna watch all the shit that he puts out for sure. I'm a fan, and I'm gonna support him.
And if Kevin Smith was sitting here in this fucking room, I would be saying all these exact things, and he would probably have a counterpoint and probably agree with some of this shit.
Mm-hmm. We'll never know.
Who knows, man?
Him and his
We interviewed Clutch. It's fun. Not Clutch. Sponge. Whatever fucking band. I don't know. I just remember you going, and we're here with Sponge. Just
holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just I'm like, I don't want Mike to think that we had a bad time or anything. I had a great time. I would think it was awesome. It was very nostalgic and everything like that.
I even texted him.
It gets to a point where my nostalgia
I texted him the next
runs
day.
out,
I texted him the next day, and I was like, dude, I wish we could have stayed. It was getting late, and I wasn't in control of the situation. We had a sober driver, and everybody was just kind of shot. It was a long day. We all worked. He was like, dude, we stayed 10 minutes after you.
Yeah.
So they left early too. So he totally, that's probably not
fucking
the problem.
Kevin Smith is long goddamn winded, man. I was just like, holy shit, I forgot what the question was.
I guarantee had we fucking stayed until the Q&A was over and everyone mostly left, we probably could have met him.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe if we lingered around like a couple of weirdos. But sure.
He's sober in a weird town.
Yeah. It was still cool though. I'm glad they're doing a Clerks 3 because I think I'm excited for that. And the way the kind of the jumping off point of the movie, how the movie makes sense to make a movie. I like that premise. I don't want to give anything away because fuck you didn't pay for tickets.
Yeah, that's another thing. This is probably not going to be available to rent for 6 months,
if at all. Who knows?
Oh, it'll be on Netflix or something like that, I'm sure.
But
because Kevin Smith stand-ups, his is on Showtime, I think.
Well,
which I wish I had
it's all the Q&A after. I don't know if they'll include all that crap. They probably won't. Who knows? They might.
I'm sure they'll do some sort of supercut.
Yeah. But I mean,
it would make sense.
He talked about Clerks 3, and I was like, that's a good fucking premise. I like it. I really do. And like Randall, I think Randall's my favorite character out of all of them because he's just such a fucking dick, and he's a dick.
He's
kind of
he's kind of like you, except for way more of a dick.
I'm not mean like he is.
Yeah,
but I am. Like
but if you were mean like he is, I mean, every time he's like, chicks with dicks, best of both worlds.
Yeah.
I think of you. I could just see you doing the Randall walk.
You see car keys lying around here somewhere? No time for love, Dr. Jones. Keeps walking past them, the fucking Randall walk. Oh, my God, the fucker slays me.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know who ended up in that dark room with her? Your mother. Like, just those small, quick, like little drops within in the dialect. And I think, I was trying to get at before.
And we haven't even talked about the fucking animated series. Which is one of the best fucking things ever
They
made.
got fucked on that.
Yeah.
They really got fucked
One
on
goddamn season.
They got fucked
They
so
aired
hard.
2 episodes and then released a DVD with the one season.
If they could have just, like, if they could have done that, if they could do, actually, they probably should do that now.
Yeah.
It would probably do well.
It's like, hey, Randall, did you take those burritos out to the dumpster? I don't know. There's this big bee out there. And then it pans out, and the fucking giant case of burritos is stuffed into the tip jar.
And
then fucking Alec Baldwin is Leonardo, the mayor of fucking
nice
Trenton,
desk.
New Jersey. Nice.
Do you like my desk? Yeah.
He's like,
no, it looks like it was made by a Riri. Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Dude, that show is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was amazing. But Kevin Smith was talking about the fast dialogue and everything, and that's what I loved about Clerks so much, is because how quick the dialogue was firing back and forth. You almost didn't have time to laugh because you were going to miss shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. And everybody does that now.
Mm-hmm.
Archer, fucking Rick and Morty, like they all do that fast dialogue where jokes are getting thrown at you, and then by the time you're done laughing, there's another joke like that you missed.
Yeah.
And I love that because it keeps you on your toes the whole time. And it's just like
a show like Archer is that they know it's like bang, 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 and then it stops.
For a while.
And then it's just slow, slow, slow. And then he's just like, Lana. It's such a great show.
But like, it felt like as they went on making movies, that went away. And even in Clerks 2, there's a little bit of it where he's ranting about the fucking Lord of the Rings and everything like that, which is an amazing rant. It just falls away from all that. They started falling away from all that stuff. Chasing Amy still had it in it. How did it go? Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma? Yeah.
Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma.
Jane,
that
Silent Bob
sounds
Strike
right,
Back.
but I feel like there's one that we're missing.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Clerks 2. Or, I'm sorry, Jane, Silent Bob Strike Back, Clerks 2. Yeah, Clerks 2. And then, what he's been putting out. Like, Red State and all that stuff. Red State was a great fucking movie. He's not a bad director. He's a great director. Tusk? I haven't watched Tusk yet.
Neither have
I keep it's just not, I'm not in the mood for Tusk. And I know what it's going to be. Yeah. It's going to be fucking bizarre. It's going to be half comedy, half fucking horror movie, half like gore fest. And I'm just not ready. I got to be in the mood for that kind of fucking shit.
I don't think I've ever had it available to not pay for.
I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, it's on Netflix. But yeah. I mean, that's our tiny little review of it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, if you can get tickets, go see the live show. I wish that I had a day where I could have slept until 3 p.m. and then gone and seen it and stayed all the way to the end and seen everything. But we were all just shot. And I hadn't drank all week, and then I had like 4 beers and some whiskey.
Oh
and
boy,
I was
did
just
you!
Fucking hammered. Whereas normally, like if we had gone
they
to
just gave you.
They gave me a 4-pack.
They took the fucking 1 beer off and handed
Yeah.
you the 3 and just sent you on your way.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
It was a cool venue, though. I liked the venue
Yeah.
of the Terrytown Music Hall.
Terrytown Music Hall.
Yeah, it was a nice venue, and it was good to see the show and everything like that. And
But yeah, had that been me on like a normal week 6 years ago going to see Clutch, wouldn't have been a problem.
it took
Tolerance.
it took me a good 20, 30 minutes to get used to staring at Jay's fucking weird ass face.
Yeah. Dude, that guy was on heroin for 25 years.
It was a lot. I think it was a bunch of stuff. He was on NPR. He was discussing his sobriety and the drugs and stuff.
Like
I think it was
none of
crack at one point.
None
too.
of his teeth are real.
Yeah, like his teeth were real. He had to have surgery on his on his mouth because I think there was like issues there, infections and whatnot. So he looks a little.
If you do
funky.
like meth and shit like that, you get all those like facial abscesses.
Yeah, those
shit
pox
like that.
and
Yeah.
all the crap. Yeah, I think meth was part of it too. But guy just did every fucking drug under the sun. But meanwhile,
And Shannon Elizabeth looks slightly better than him. So
it was her hair. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad. Like,
that was the Botox, dude.
Yeah,
the Botox is what made her look fucking old.
She's
only like 4 years older than us.
It's the plight of the aging female, man. They don't age like men age gracefully. They look regal. They look
But women
salt
would
and
age,
pepper hair.
Women would age
wrinkles and stuff.
gracefully too if they didn't do all this shit to their body when they're fucking 20.
There's that.
That girl,
I
girl,
think we're dipping into like dangerous territory.
Of course. Yeah, we need someone else in the room for this. But I mean, Shannon Elizabeth had fake boobs during American Pie. She was 18, 20, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, she'd been having plastic surgery since she was fucking 18 years old. Like, she's not going to look good at 40.
Really bummed they didn't have Mark Hamill, though.
I really thought it was going to happen.
If he came out, like when that fist went through the wall, I was just
Yeah.
like, here he is.
Yeah.
Cock knocker. He's coming back. Never showed up. What a bummer.
There's probably some Disney contractual obligations.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah, they were like, okay, we're going to start off with you can never play this character again.
Quick update. Still haven't seen the last Star Wars.
Why?
Still have no idea what happens.
Just go see it. Why wouldn't you see it? It's probably all over the internet
I
right
have
now.
no idea what happens. I'm completely
No,
fucking
it's
clueless.
it's honestly it's fine.
I know.
Like they do a
From
fine
a lot
job.
of people, it's just
Yeah.
like, you know what? They wrapped everything up. It's fine. But what bothers me about it is that they had to They had to be like. They had to come back around. That's what bothers me the most about it. I'm just bummed that they couldn't.
It was supposed
ramp it.
It was this story felt good at the end to be a cyclical story.
Okay.
It felt good. And like George Lucas has come out with a couple of statements. It was like, well,
George Lucas can eat my ass.
Sure, that's fine. But he also said very recently, he was like, people hated C-3PO too. They fucking hated the Ewoks as well. Like, you can make movies just for fans, but it's not always going to go well.
Fuck him.
I get that.
I didn't mind the Ewoks. Honestly, didn't mind the Ewoks.
You didn't mind the
Kinda
Ewoks.
It made
You
sense
didn't
with
mind
the story.
You didn't mind the Ewoks because you were a fucking baby when that movie came out.
I've still watched that movie recently.
Aha. But you didn't see the original Star Wars in the theaters at 20 years old.
Touche.
That's what it comes down to.
You're right.
If you had seen the original Star Wars in 77?
Yeah, 77, yeah.
And then in 83 you saw fucking Ewoks, you're like, this is a marketing play. This is fucking bullshit. And then a year later they come out with an Ewok movie and you're like, fuck Star Wars. Star Wars is dead. They fucking ruined it. That would have been you. That would have been you at 25 in 1983.
Yeah,
right?
you're probably right.
It would have been me too.
Probably.
But I was born in 1983, so were you. And in 1986, when there was a fucking Ewok cartoon, I was all about that shit.
See, I didn't watch that shit. I only knew
You
about the movies.
probably did.
I don't think I did. I don't remember. I have zero memory of the
Because it came
Christmas
out-
special,
it came out-
all that shit.
Well,
I never
But
watched
the Christmas special came out in 1981. Christmas special was before the... No, it was 84. It was after Jedi.
I'm telling you, I don't remember watching this. Like, I didn't know they existed.
But you were...
I watched the fucking cartoons.
You were a year old. You were a year old when these things came out.
Okay.
Of course you're not going to remember that. But Ewoks, they made Ewok movies that came out in 86, 87, 88. I remember all of those, and I fucking love them because I was 6.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's what Jar Jar was supposed to be, but they didn't factor in that most people that were watching Star Wars were adults. I get it.
All I know is this. The 2 movies that George Lucas didn't have his hands on, the 1 movie that he didn't have his fucking hands on is the best one out of them all.
Which one?
Empire Strikes Back.
I disagree. I think Rogue One's the best Star Wars movie ever made.
He didn't say he was so far removed from that.
That's not even what I'm talking about. I'm saying my favorite Star Wars movies now would probably be Empire. Return of the Jedi is in there in maybe my top 5 just because of how I felt as a child. But I think Rogue One
There's some dark shit in that fucking Return of the Jedi too. There's some good stuff at the end there with the Emperor and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Return of the Jedi until I would say Return of the Jedi would have been my second favorite movie. It would have been Empire, Return of the Jedi until Rogue One came out.
Yeah, Rogue One for me, that's a very, very close number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Empire is still the best because it was solid. There wasn't any bullshit. It was exactly, it was right on the money. Storytelling was right there. But because him and the director kept telling him to go fuck himself the whole time, and that's why he never came back. Yeah. That's why George Lucas was so fucking tightly wrapped around Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And then after that, he has 3 movies after that he absolutely fucked. Skull fucked.
Yeah, it was because he was too ambitious for the time.
Mm-hmm.
If those 3 movies were made now, totally different story.
Yeah, it might be better. I don't know.
No, because you wouldn't have to rely...
It's all about practical effects, man.
Yeah, but yes, exactly. The effects now would be so much better.
They'd look better, but they'd still be a CGI mess. It'd still be just like a giant movie shot in a green room. You know? Rogue One was good because there was a good amount of practical effects. The new ones are good because the Force Awakens was good because there was a lot of practical effects.
Yes, but that being said, I'd like not to give away too much. There's still, even in the newest movie, a young Leia and a young Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
And it looks like dog shit. They would have been better off doing rubber.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. We were talking about Mad Max Fury Road today.
Mm-hmm.
And it was there's arguments that that's the best one out of them all.
Oh, yeah, they're all dog shit. They're forget about special effects. They're just bad movies.
Uh-huh.
They're 3.5 hours long and fucking boring as shit.
Yeah. There's
the fucking Road Warrior. No, I'm never fucking watching that ever again.
Nah.
And that is a complete problem with 70s and 80s
The Road Warrior or Mad Max?
Both of them. Both of them. I'm not watching it. You want to know what other movie I'm not going to watch? Bullet. With Steve McQueen. That movie is fucking iconic for car guys because they make a Bullet edition Mustang now.
Mm-hmm.
The best car chase ever, blah, blah, blah. That car chase goes on for 25 minutes of a 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah.
It's
funny.
The movie is terrible. The original Gone in 60 Seconds is fucking terrible. The car chase in Gone in 60 Seconds, the original, is an hour and a half. How the fuck do you sit through that? I have fallen asleep. Vanishing Point, I've fallen asleep through that movie every single time. I've never seen the end of it. I own it on DVD. I've never seen the end of it. And I'm a fucking car guy.
You know what movie I still haven't gotten all the way through? And I watched. I literally
Titanic.
I've seen that multiple times.
I've never seen Titanic.
I've seen it in chunks. Did I watch that all the way through? No.
It was a joke. Just tell me the movie you're gonna.
Blade Runner.
You haven't seen the final cut?
I have sat through. I've tried to sit through every single fucking cut of that goddamn movie, and I can't get past. I can't get there.
Okay.
Like I woke up to him shooting Daryl Hannah, and I was like, "What happened?" And then I had to watch it again. I finally said, "Fuck this! I'm gonna YouTube the final scene of Blade Runner," and it's amazing. It's an amazing ending. Holy
here's
shit.
what you need to do.
Rutger Hauer, and in the rain, and his speech, and he shuts himself down when he's got this fucking guy nailed. He's got this guy dead to rights. There's no fucking way Harrison Ford can make, or Drakkar, how do you say, what was his name?
I don't remember.
He can't fucking win. There's no way he can win. And this fucker, this AI becomes so aware that he realizes there's nothing
it's pronounced a whale.
A whale. He becomes so aware that the only choice is death because it's the only thing to look forward to. What an amazing movie. But everything leading up to that,
so
holy shit.
What you need to do is you need to get super high after a fairly short shift. So like 4 p.m. you get home. Get super high. Watch Blade Runner 2049, the new one.
Oh yeah.
You haven't seen the new one,
Haven't.
right?
I didn't even bother.
So watch the new one because it's just like future sci-fi hardcore.
Yeah.
It's just like porno. It's great. Check that out. Watch that. Go. That was stupid but fun. And then the next day, which should be your day off, start that at noon. Just watch it like at noon.
And like, which
just
cut
with
do
a
I watch?
sandwich.
Which cut do I watch?
The final cut.
The final
cut's
cut.
the best.
And I think the final cut's on Netflix now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely. Also, watch the new Terminator movie. It was great.
Terminator. I don't even know.
The newest one.
Was there? What is it?
The newest one. I don't even remember the name of it. But everything's different. They reset fucking everything. Sarah Connor's alive. John Connor's dead. It's fucking 2020. It's fucking crazy.
Not with Khaleesi.
No. This is
Clarke.
Dark Fate.
Oh my god. I think I missed a movie.
No, we watched the preview on the show.
Did we?
Yeah. Sarah Connor, the woman that played Sarah Connor, is in it, and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, you're right. Dark Fate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking great.
Is it good? Ooh,
Yeah, they hit
70% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's
they
not
hit
bad.
the fucking reset button. Dude, watch the first 10 minutes of this movie, and you're just like, wow, they could just. If you want to have a movie with 12-year-old Don Johnson, you could make that movie now.
It's got decent reviews. I'm looking at them right now.
If you look at, I don't want to do excessive Googling right now, but what's his name? The kid who played John Connor in Terminator 2?
God damn it. I'll look it up. Yeah. What about him?
He looks like shit now.
He looks terrible. He's always looked terrible.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they have a perfectly rendered, beautiful 13-year-old John Connor in the first 5 minutes of this movie.
Really?
You can't tell the goddamn difference. Also, Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
Dude, the first 5 minutes of the movie make it worth renting it for $5.99.
The fuck is Edward Furlong?
Edward Furlong.
God, yeah, he is a mess. He looks terrible. You know what movie I saw him in? The Crow.
Oh, they made like the fourth or fifth or sixth one.
It was like the The Crow. It wasn't Salvation. Wicked Prayer. It was called.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Dude.
I've seen it. It's terrible.
Dude. That was some special shit.
I'm telling you. Okay, so when you finish Blade Runner, the final cut, Like on a day off when Brooke's already at work, rent this fucking Terminator movie for $5.
It's not bad?
It's not amazing, but the first 15 minutes of it will make your head explode for what special effects can be in the next 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you remember we were talking about like the deep fakes porn stuff?
Oh, yeah. It's gotten to the point.
You don't need the original actor anymore.
Nope.
Arnold Schwarzenegger will be the Terminator for the next 100 years.
There's a new clip out there of the scene from Back to the Future where Doc is talking to Marty, and it's fucking Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland. I was like, what is happening? What is happening?
Yeah,
they can redo the whole movie.
Yeah, it's pretty
with just
fucked up.
CGI, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, and
No
it
one
looks
will
pretty
notice.
good. But this is what the hell is her name? Sarah Connor.
Linda Hamilton.
Linda Hamilton. So Linda Hamilton is actually in this movie.
Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah.
But the whole idea of the
With
movie.
her Karen haircut is this everybody
Yeah.
like to say.
So the whole idea of the movie is that they fucking win in Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Forget about all the other movies.
Oh, Terminator 2 is the end all be all.
They fucking won. They did it. They killed it. Whatever. But before they won, another Terminator got sent back.
Oh.
Right. So it's another Arnold Schwarzenegger was sent back before all of that shit.
Arnold's in it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Old Arnold and CGI Arnold are both in it.
I'd like to CG Arnold.
CG Arnold. Dude, I mean, like, forget about the story. If you don't like the movie, if you don't like the acting, just it's worth $6 to watch the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Huh. All right, you can.
It's
me. I'll give it a shot.
unnerving how good it looks. Like little 13-year-old Edward Furlong hitting on a girl in Nicaragua. It's fucked up how good it looks.
Well,
Yeah.
all right.
It's worth $6. Just fucking rent it. It's
put your
on
money
Prime.
where your mouth is.
I'll
check
give
it
you
out.
the $6 if you don't think it looks good. I don't care. I don't care about $6. Just fucking do it. I'll give you my fucking Prime login.
I have Prime. Your Prime
Well,
login is my Prime login.
I know, but you'll still. No, it's not. I have my own Prime.
Oh, you do?
No, I'm saying you'll have to pay for it. You'll have to rent it through
I'm just
Amazon.
fucking with you.
All right. Well, we need to wrap this up because it's 9:06,
And
this was supposed to be a short show.
Was it?
Yeah, that was supposed to start at 5:30.
Oh yeah.
Then we got set back by 55 minutes.
Well, another classic episode of us
Yeah.
bitching about movies.
Not necessarily a short show. It was just supposed to end early because we were supposed to start at 5:30.
All right. Yeah. So next week was going to be the final episode of the Dead Radio podcast. We're going to have, I'm sure Adam number 2 is absolutely going to show up. We're definitely going to have Corey, who was from Pneumatic Boutique Soap. I think
Goddess.
the name of the episode was Caligula Salve.
Mm-hmm.
And that's got a ton of views, too. That's got like a couple thousand views.
Fucking hippies.
I still use her soap. I love her fucking soap.
Every
And
day.
If anybody, you can pick it up at the Crafted Cup. We sell there's her soap using our coffee. It's great shit. I use it all the time. You can pick up some of it.
My favorite's the matcha.
Love the matcha. Yeah, that's my favorite too.
Yeah.
Out of all of them.
Amy likes it because it doesn't clog her razor with coffee grinds.
And she also sells her stuff at the Dreaming Goddess, which is right next door to the Crafted Cup. And you can check her out. I think she's got an Etsy store. Actually, it's the Pneumatic... fucking shit. I think it's a Pneumatic Crow now.
Yeah,
We
she's
gotta
been
work all that shit up.
rebranding. But we'll figure it out by next week.
Yeah, so she's going to be in. Hopefully, another employee of the Dreaming Goddess, Nicole, will come in. I love talking about astrology.
I just want her to hit on you for the whole episode and make you uncomfortable.
It's not making me uncomfortable anymore. I've gotten to the point where I make her uncomfortable.
Oh.
Yeah, it's great.
That should be fun.
Because she comes in, she's like, "Hey Ryan, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Hey Nicole, how's it going?" You know, I'm like, eye makeup looks great today. And she's just like, "Yeah, good." And she runs out of the door. It's great. She's awesome. She's a former Marine, so that should be like, she's got some stories about that shit. And I think it's a solid.
Yeah,
solid,
and I think we should reach out to at least Logan.
Maybe get him in again.
And honestly, if we're going to do like a fucking 3-hour episode, let's do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Try and start off early. I'm off on Monday, so I could be here at fucking 4 if we need to be.
Most likely I'll be. I don't close and shit on Monday, so I can at least be here at the latest 4:30. So
yeah,
let's try to start for a very early show and make a night out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cap it off. I wanted everybody to know this is not going to be the end for everything. It just might be different shit.
Yep, for
you
sure.
know? Check out Bosch's D&D podcast while he feels like recording it.
Roll for semantics.
He's got a tattoo now. He's got to stick with it for at least 2 years.
It's a fun one. Well, I was just like,
you know,
it was crazy because Mike Shishmanian from the Hudson Valley Tattoo Company did it for me, and he was just like, "Are you sure?"
He's like, maybe you should put this garbage tattoo somewhere else.
He's like, you should probably put it here on the end of the wrist instead of on the top of the forearm. He's just like, because that's like primo thing. That's like primo real estate. And I was just like, I understand what you're saying, and I completely agree with you. Put it there. And he was just like, all right. And that's where it went.
Oh, Mike Bleakley, too, for next week. I'll reach out to
people,
some people.
Man. There's a lot of people that like should pop by and like, you know, hang out. At least hang out. I'm sorry we don't have the fucking chair anymore. But
what happened?
It went bye-bye. I had to go. I was just like, Brooke's like, what do you want to do with this chair? I'm like, I want to get rid of it. Can we get rid of it? She's like, my thoughts exactly. So we fucking got rid of it. I was tired of having to sit there, and Maine Jansfield fell apart. It's been like that for a while now.
I know. Yeah.
And, yeah, she's just chilling in the corner. In pieces.
I'll take her and try and fix her. Repurpose her for something. I don't know.
I mean, like, you can put a hole in her and... Well, all right.
I'm very handy.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
So we'll see you guys next week for the last show ever, and we'll see how many of you are paying attention.
It's going to be 7. 7 people.
7 people.
Oh, I heard you were folding it up.
I like that. That's a good number. That's a solid number.
I always go with 7.
If it's anything over 7, I think I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if it's 7.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.